All right, here we go. The arrival. I shall never forget the first time I laid these now tired old eyes on our visitor. I had been left home by the family with the abomination to take care of the house until they returned. A domination. A domination? Admonition? That's something they always say to me when they go out. Take care of the house, Harold. You're the watchdog. I think it's their way of making up for not taking me with them, as if I wanted to go anyway. You can't lie down at the movies and still see the screen. And people think you're being impolite if you fall asleep and start to snore or scratch yourself in public. No, thank you. I'd rather be stretched out on my favorite rug in front of a nice whistling radiator. But I digress. I was talking about that first night. Well, it was cold. The rain was pelting the windows and the wind was howling, and it felt pretty good to be indoors. I was lying on the rug with my head on my paws, just staring absently at the front door. My friend Chester was curled up on the brown velvet armchair, which years ago he'd staked out as his own. I saw that once again he'd cover the whole seat with his cat hair, and I chuckled to myself, picturing the scene tomorrow. Next to the grasshoppers, there's nothing that frightens Chester more than the vacuum cleaner. In the midst of the reverie, I heard a car pull into the driveway. I didn't even bother to get up and see who it was. I knew it had to be my family, the Monroes. Since it was just about time for the movie to be over, after a moment, the front door flew open, and there stood in the doorway Toby, Pete, Mom, and Dad Monroe. There was a flash of lightning, and in its glare, I noticed that Mr. Monroe was carrying a little bundle, a bundle with tiny, glistening eyes. Pete and Toby bounded into the room, both talking at the top of their lungs. Toby shouted, "Put him over here, Dad." "Take off your boots, you're soaking wet," replied his mother, somewhat calmly, I thought, under the circumstances. "But Mom, what about the—" "First, stop dripping on the carpet." "Would somebody like to take this?" asked Mr. Monroe, indicating the bundle with the eyes. "I'd like to remove my coat." "I will," Pete yelled. "No, I will," said Toby. "I found him." "You'll drop him." "I will not." "You will too." "Mom, Pete punched me." "I'll take him," said Mrs. Monroe. "Take off your coats this minute." But she became involved in helping the boys out of their coats, that she didn't take him at all. My tranquil evening had been destroyed, and no one had even said hello to me. I whimpered to remind them I was there. Okay, we're going to pause now.